Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas, and today I want to take a trip back in time 20 years to the launch of the Xbox 360. And yes, I know, this video quite clearly says it's to do with PlayStation trophies, but bear with me on this one. So back in 2005, we had the launch of the Xbox 360, and with it came a brand new system, which was achievements. And that was basically an idea of, you had a global way of logging things you'd done in the game, and it was really, really cool. A lot of developers at the time didn't really know how to utilize it in a great way, but I think we got there in the end to some degree. And roll forward a couple of years, this is where we get to trophies. Sony saw the idea and thought, whoa, that's a really good idea, we're going to steal that, and they quite literally did steal the idea. So now we're in a place where we have achievements and trophies, and Nintendo hasn't joined the party on this one, which is fair enough, I'm not too bothered about that one at all. But we have achievements, trophies that are pretty much the same in whatever game you play. You play Call of Duty, they're going to be the same, that's fine. Now the issue that I have with trophies is that they become addictive to a degree, and that is where they become a scam. Very bold claim, I know, it is a massively bold claim to say that trophies are a scam, but bear with me on this one. I've got a couple of examples to show you, but we'll sort that in just a moment. I want to kind of talk a little bit about the trophies being a scam before we even see the examples. Now, many people have seen some games that exist, that are literally just for trophy, but that's fine. But then the way trophies are utilised in some other games is actually really, really clever, and it is just a shame we've got to the point of trophies being what they are, because they are underutilised like they were to begin with. So we kind of went through a phase in the early days of trophies and achievements where developers didn't really know what to do. That's fine. Learn, adapt, do all that kind of stuff. And then we got to a phase where they were really clever. And the trophies you got the normal story ones, and then you get trophies, achievements for doing like a big side boss, or finding something secret, or collecting 25 of something, or whatever. But then we got into a phase where I believe it became more of a scam. And before we go and see the examples down below, no, get your mind out the gutter, not that sort of thing. I want to say that it's not just trophies, it genuinely is trophies and achievements. But I chose to focus on trophies more because, well, I would say people unlock trophies more than achievements in this day and age. So we're going to talk about trophies more than anything here. But what we'll do now is we'll go down below. I'll catch you in a second in the edit, and I'll show you a couple of examples. Are you ready? Ready? What I have here is a bunch of PlayStation 4 games that I otherwise wouldn't have bought if it wasn't for trophies. Now, of these games, this is just a small selection. And it is worth noting that, yes, I have enjoyed some of these games. They have been really, really good. Take this one, for example. Taxi Chaos. Now, I am a massive fan of Crazy Taxi, and I have been for decades, ever since I played it in the arcade back in the 90s. And for me, that's like a clone of Crazy Taxi. And in some ways, it is a terrible clone of Crazy Taxi. But I did it for the trophies, and yes, I got the platinum on that. But then there are other games in here that I just think they're awful. I literally only did it for the trophy. Taking this one, Joe's Diner. If you play Joe's Diner, yeah, you'll know exactly my problem. But like I said earlier, it's not just limited to PlayStation. This existed on Xbox first. So is Xbox and their achievement system to blame for all of this garbage? I mean, the amount of games that we get these days that are just literally there for the trophy. There's literally no other point, like a jumping taco or a jumping hot dog. It's like, no, stop doing that. But the problem here is that these companies like Sony, they encourage this, because they know that there are people like me who love to get a trophy, not necessarily platinum in my case, but there are people who love to get the platinum trophies, and what they will do is they will literally buy any old crap just to inflate their trophy count. I mean, my trophies, I've got around about 9,000, I think, maybe more. But I won't really go for these jumping taco things, because what is the goddamn point in that? I try and at least go for games like these that I will somewhat enjoy. I mean, they're not brilliant, But at the end of the day, they are games that I can play. And this is, like I say, only a small selection of the games I have literally only bought because I have no desire to really enjoy them just for the trophy. And it just happens to be that I did enjoy some of these, but not all of them. Literally, if I find a game that is physical, that's cheap, that's got an easier trophy list, then I'll probably buy it and play it for no other reason than the trophy. Anyway, let's go carry on talking. What it boils down to really is the fact that developers want to make a quick buck. They want to make a couple of quid. They want to grab all the money they can. And the easiest way for them to do that is to put really, really simple, easy achievements and trophies in games. And then they can sell a really crappy game to you just for the trophies because they know people like me will be stupid enough to buy them, right? I mean, I didn't show you all the examples down there, but you can just use your imagination, the sort of crappy games that I've played, not just physically, but digitally as well, just so I can get these damn trophies and have some numbers go up. I mean, I'm a weirdo, okay? I am a weirdo. I love numbers. I am obsessed with numbers. I love to watch numbers go up and up and up. I mean, if only they were in my bank account doing that, that'd be fantastic. Anyway, the idea of that being, I love to see, I've got some more bronzes, some more silvers, more golds. I mean, in the gamer score era as well, where I was collecting gamer score, I think I got like nearly 100,000 gamer score at one point. I kind of created a new account in the end, mainly because I lost access to that old account. But, it'd be awesome seeing those numbers go up. And the developers and publishers, they cottoned onto this and realised that the easier they make trophies and achievements, the more likely they are to sell a crappy game. You've got the likes of, Resident Evil, where the trophies and achievements are much harder to get. And that's fine because they know they'll sell that game anyway. But for some little terrible studio that's made some, like I said, a taco jumping game or something, they want to make a quick dollar on every sale. They say, platinum in less than 60 seconds, and then you go, oh yeah, I'll have that, boom, platinum, and then you show off and say, look at it, I've just got 51 more trophies. How sad are you for doing that? I know I'm sad for buying some games just for the trophies, but for me, in some way, like I said, I think it's a great way of actually finding new and different games, because not all games that have easy trophies are bad games. Some of these developers take the idea of, we've got a game, we know it's never going to be noticed, I don't know, why don't we make it a bit cheap and put some really Eevee? This isn't Pokemon, why did I just say Eevee? Anyway, if they put easy trophies in there, people will buy it just for the trophies and then discover, oh, actually, it's a really, really cool game. Nice. So there is that aspect to it. But the whole idea of trophies being a scam and achievements is down to the fact that we do have things like a jumping tackle game and some of those games that I have shown you before. Like the Taxi Chaos one, yeah, okay, it's great, but really, I literally did it. I know it's nothing like Crazy Taxi, well, it was, but it didn't, invoke that nostalgic feeling, and I literally did it for the trophies. And there are others as well, really terrible games. You may have seen me play or talk about a game called Galgum recently on this channel, and really, I only did that for the trophies because they were easy. And I feel sad for doing it. I mean, I feel dirty and disgusting because Galgun is a horrible game. But if you want to know more about that, I do have videos on my channel. Go and find them or something. Anyway, I want to know what you think about trophies and achievements being a scam. I mean, I'm happy to call them a scam for this video because I suppose it is clickbaity to some degree. I know there are people that love trophies, trophy hunting, and they'll only go for games that have platinums and they want to have pure platinum on their profiles. And there are other people who don't care about trophies and achievements, and the argument comes down to, well, why would I want to do that to, enjoy the game? Well, my argument to that is, if trophies didn't exist, I wouldn't go out my way to see extra game content sometimes. Like, for example, you play, some Final Fantasy games and there's a trophy for beating some super mega boss, like a hidden weapon somewhere in the game, or like Ozma in Final Fantasy 9 or something. And if that didn't exist, I wouldn't have gone out my way to do that. Well, I mean, obviously, I've done it back on PlayStation, but you get the idea. People wouldn't go for hidden levels and all that if it wasn't for trophies. So I think trophies, I'm all for them because they bring out something extra to a game that you otherwise wouldn't have found. But yeah, do let me know in the comments what you think about all of this trophy situation, if you think it's a scam like me, or if you're happy to just carry on as normal. There will be some videos somewhere around the screen and a little subscribe there if you fancy clicking it and subscribing to this channel. Drop a like if you liked it, drop a dislike if you didn't. leave a comment, hate, or a positive one, whatever. It all feeds the algorithm, if you know what I mean. Hopefully, I will see you in one of my next videos. See you then.